If this plant were a drug, every diabetic in America would be taking it by now. These are the words of Dr. Matthew Klein, integrative diabetes specialist, Los Angeles. This powerful quote from a leading American diabetes doctor speaks volumes about a miracle leaf that's been quietly transforming lives around the world. Imagine a simple green leaf, not found in a pharmacy, but in nature, capable of lowering blood sugar, melting belly fat, and slashing cholesterol levels, all backed by growing scientific evidence. It sounds like fiction, but the research is very real. For decades, this leaf was known only in traditional medicine systems like Ayurveda and folk herbalism. It was used to cool the blood, reduce sugar cravings, and balance digestion. But now, modern science has taken notice, and what they're discovering is nothing short of groundbreaking. In today's video, we'll reveal the name of this leaf, how it works inside your body, and what leading medical journals are now saying about it. Whether you're battling diabetes, high cholesterol, or stubborn belly fat after 50, this might be the most important health video you watch all year. So stay tuned as we break down the science, the usage, the precautions, and everything you need to know about this natural wonder. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more senior-focused, science-backed health tips. Why this leaf is creating a buzz in medical circles. So, what is this mysterious leaf that's suddenly becoming the center of medical attention? It goes by several names depending on where you live, but one of the most powerful and studied among them is the insulin plant, scientifically known as Costus ignaeus. In other regions, curry leaves, bay leaves, or even moringa are used similarly. But today, our focus will be primarily on the insulin plant, because the research around it is simply too powerful to ignore. The insulin plant earned its name for a very specific reason. People who consumed it regularly saw a dramatic drop in their blood sugar levels, sometimes within just a few days. Traditionally, this leaf was used in Ayurvedic medicine in India, where diabetics were advised to chew a few fresh leaves daily to control glucose. But in recent years, its fame has spread far beyond traditional medicine, as scientists began studying it in clinical settings, and the results are jaw-dropping. In 2010, a research team in America conducted a study on diabetic patients and found that daily consumption of insulin plant leaves significantly reduced fasting blood glucose and post-meal sugar spikes. Other studies have shown its ability to improve insulin sensitivity, lower triglycerides, and even reduce inflammatory markers associated with heart disease. But here's what makes this leaf truly exciting. It doesn't just target one issue. While some foods may help with blood sugar and others with cholesterol or fat, the insulin plant appears to do all three. That's why doctors and natural health experts alike are now calling it a triple threat leaf for metabolic health. More and more naturopathic clinics are now recommending it alongside lifestyle changes, and even mainstream doctors are beginning to take notice. Some have gone on record saying that if used properly, this humble leaf could reduce the need for certain medications in the early stages of type 2 diabetes or metabolic syndrome. How this leaf fights type 2 diabetes. Backed by science. Let's now dive deeper into the science of how this remarkable leaf, especially the insulin plant, Costus ignaeus, helps fight type 2 diabetes. Diabetes, as we know, is a condition where the body either doesn't produce enough insulin or becomes resistant to it. Over time, this leads to chronically high blood sugar, which silently damages the heart, kidneys, eyes, and even the brain. The insulin plant works on multiple levels. First, it improves insulin sensitivity. This means your body becomes better at using the insulin it already has. Second, it helps to lower fasting blood sugar levels. And third, it reduces the sharp spikes that often occur after meals, which are especially dangerous for diabetics. In one controlled clinical trial, published in the Journal of Clinical and Diagnostic Research, researchers gave diabetic participants just one fresh insulin plant leaf per day for 15 days. The result? Their fasting blood glucose levels dropped significantly, from an average of 180 milligrams deciliter to under 140 milligrams deciliter. That's a huge improvement in just 2 weeks. Another study, conducted on lab animals at the University of Kerala, revealed that compounds in the insulin plant leaf, especially corosolic acid and diasgenin, help regulate glucose metabolism. These compounds stimulate glucose uptake in muscle cells and reduce glucose production in the liver. In simpler terms, the leaf helps your body burn more sugar and make less of it. But the benefits don't stop there. The insulin plant is rich in flavonoids and antioxidants, which reduce inflammation, a major cause of insulin resistance. Chronic inflammation interferes with how insulin works. By calming this inflammation, the plant restores insulin's effectiveness. Even more exciting, several holistic doctors now recommend it for pre-diabetics, people with elevated blood sugar who haven't yet crossed the line into full-blown diabetes. When taken early, it may actually help reverse the progression of the disease. You may be wondering, can this leaf replace medications like metformin or glipizide? The answer is no, not directly. However, it can serve as a powerful adjunct therapy, especially when paired with exercise and a low glycemic diet. In fact, some patients under medical supervision have been able to reduce their medication dosage after using the leaf consistently. Of course, results can vary depending on the individual, their diet, and the severity of their condition. But what's clear from research is this: the insulin plant leaf is not a myth or a folk tale. It's a scientifically validated natural remedy that is showing real promise for blood sugar control. Cholesterol crusher. The leaf's power against LDL and triglycerides. We've already seen how this miracle leaf helps regulate blood sugar, but that's not where its benefits end. One of the most powerful and lesser-known effects of the insulin plant leaf is its ability to lower bad cholesterol levels and improve heart health, an essential concern for seniors and diabetics alike. High levels of LDL, low-density lipoprotein, cholesterol and triglycerides are major risk factors for heart attacks, strokes, and atherosclerosis, a dangerous hardening of the arteries. What's especially alarming is that people with type 2 diabetes often suffer from high cholesterol too, a deadly combination doctors call diabetic dyslipidemia. But here's the good news. Several studies have now shown that the insulin plant helps bring down LDL and triglyceride levels naturally, without the side effects of statin drugs. In a 2014 study published in the International Journal of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, diabetic rats given insulin plant extract experienced not only a significant drop in blood glucose, but also a marked decrease in LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. At the same time, their HDL, good cholesterol, levels went up, a rare and beneficial effect for a single natural plant. How does it work? Scientists believe the active compounds in the leaf, particularly steroidal saponins and flavonoids, help reduce the absorption of fat and cholesterol from the intestine. At the same time, they seem to increase the excretion of bile acids, which carry excess cholesterol out of the body. Think of it like a sponge that absorbs fat and toxins before they have a chance to harm your heart. Beyond that, the leaf also contains powerful antioxidants that protect the arterial walls from oxidative stress, a key factor in the development of plaque buildup. The result? Cleaner arteries, better blood flow, and reduced risk of cardiovascular events. Doctors in some integrative clinics are now beginning to recommend the insulin plant leaf to patients with both high cholesterol and pre-diabetes, calling it a dual-action therapy from nature. And unlike synthetic cholesterol-lowering drugs, which can cause liver issues or muscle pain, this leaf is generally well tolerated, though it's still important to use it under guidance, especially if you're on medication. So whether your concern is your heart or your sugar levels, this humble leaf offers a powerful natural way to protect both. Belly fat burner, metabolic boost and detox support. Now let's talk about one of the most stubborn and dangerous types of fat, belly fat. Also known as visceral fat, this fat doesn't just sit under the skin. It wraps around your internal organs, producing toxic inflammatory chemicals and increasing your risk of insulin resistance, heart disease, fatty liver, and even certain cancers. Unfortunately, as we age, especially after 60, our metabolism slows down. Many seniors find that no matter how little they eat, the belly just keeps growing. But here's where the insulin plant leaf truly shines once again. It doesn't just help with blood sugar and cholesterol, it also activates your body's fat-burning systems naturally. Scientific studies have shown that the insulin plant contains certain bioactive compounds, such as alkaloids, flavonoids, and terpenoids, that help stimulate thermogenesis, the body's process of producing heat by burning calories. This means that consuming the leaf can help boost your metabolism and increase the rate at which your body burns stored fat, including around the belly. But that's not all. One of the reasons belly fat is so hard to lose is because it's often tied to chronic inflammation and poor digestion. The insulin plant has natural anti-inflammatory and digestive supporting properties. It helps improve gut health, ease bloating, and support the liver's detox process, which plays a key role in breaking down fat and flushing out toxins. In traditional Ayurvedic practices, this leaf has long been used to balance metabolic fire, a concept very similar to modern metabolism. People who regularly chewed the fresh leaves or drank them as tea reported slimmer waistlines, less bloating, and better energy levels, especially when combined with light activity like walking. And while it's not a magic pill, it can be a game-changing addition to your fat loss routine, especially for seniors who can't do high-intensity workouts or follow harsh diets. Over time, reducing belly fat also helps lower blood pressure, improve insulin sensitivity, and even enhance cognitive function. This powerful leaf tackles belly fat from every angle by reducing inflammation, improving digestion, boosting metabolism, and supporting detox. The result? A flatter belly, improved confidence, and a stronger, healthier body from the inside out. How to use this leaf, dosage, methods, and precautions. So now that you know what this incredible leaf can do, regulate blood sugar, lower cholesterol, and melt away belly fat, the big question is, how do you use it safely and effectively at home? There are several ways to consume the insulin plant leaf, and the method you choose may depend on what's available in your area. The most traditional and perhaps the most potent way is to chew one fresh leaf daily, preferably in the morning on an empty stomach. This method has been used in Ayurvedic practice for generations. If you live in a region where the plant grows easily, such as parts of Asia, Africa, or even tropical areas of the US, you can grow it in your backyard or buy it fresh from local herbal markets. For those who don't have access to the fresh plant, dried leaves are an excellent alternative. These can be steeped into a tea by boiling 1 teaspoon of crushed dried leaves in 1 cup of water for 5-7 minutes. Drink it warm once or twice a day, ideally before meals. Some herbal stores also sell powdered insulin plant in capsule form, which is convenient for those who prefer supplements. The general recommendation is 1 500 milligram capsule twice a day, but always follow the label and consult your healthcare provider. A newer method gaining popularity is insulin plant extract, which is more concentrated. A few drops mixed in warm water before meals can also deliver noticeable results. However, you should ensure the extract is from a reputable brand and free from harmful additives. Now let's talk precautions. Even though the insulin plant is natural, it still affects your body's chemistry, especially your blood sugar levels. If you're currently taking medications like metformin, insulin, or statins, monitor your levels closely. This leaf can enhance their effects, which might lead to hypoglycemia or low blood pressure if not watched carefully. Also, this plant is not recommended for pregnant or breastfeeding women, and people with liver or kidney disorders should use it only under supervision. As always, before starting any herbal remedy, no matter how natural, it's best to consult your doctor, especially if you're on medication or managing a chronic condition. Who should use it and who should avoid it? So, who can truly benefit from this powerful leaf and who should stay cautious? If you're a senior over the age of 50, especially someone dealing with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, high LDL cholesterol, or abdominal weight gain, then the insulin plant leaf may be a valuable natural ally for you. It's particularly helpful for those looking to support their health without adding more synthetic medications to their daily routine. Individuals with metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions including high blood sugar, excess belly fat, and abnormal cholesterol levels, may also see noticeable improvements in their symptoms. Even younger adults in their 30s or 40s who are showing early warning signs of metabolic issues can consider using the leaf under medical supervision to prevent things from getting worse. But there are some important groups who should be careful or avoid this remedy altogether. As mentioned earlier, people taking blood sugar-lowering drugs or insulin should monitor their glucose levels closely when using the leaf, as it can amplify the effects of medications and potentially cause blood sugar to drop too low. Always start with small doses and inform your doctor before beginning. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should avoid the insulin plant entirely, as there is not enough clinical data to confirm its safety in these stages of life. Similarly, if you have liver or kidney disease or if you're on multiple medications for chronic conditions, speak to a qualified healthcare provider before incorporating this leaf into your regimen. In short, the insulin plant is not for everyone, but for many people, especially seniors dealing with metabolic problems, it can be a safe, natural, and effective option when used wisely and carefully. In a world filled with expensive medications, complex diets, and overwhelming health advice, it's easy to overlook the power of simple, natural remedies. But the insulin plant leaf, once just a forgotten herb in rural backyards, is now emerging as one of nature's most promising solutions for modern metabolic diseases. We've seen how this single leaf tackles three major threats to your health: high blood sugar, bad cholesterol, and stubborn belly fat. Backed by scientific research and centuries of traditional use, it doesn't just mask the symptoms, it works with your body to help restore balance, improve metabolism, and reduce inflammation from the inside out. Of course, no single plant can replace healthy lifestyle habits, but when combined with a balanced diet, light daily movement, and regular medical care, the insulin plant could be the missing puzzle piece that helps seniors regain control over their health, naturally and gently. What's especially encouraging is that this is not just a theory. People around the world are using this leaf every day with real, measurable results. From lowering fasting glucose and A1C levels to trimming inches off the waistline. This is a remedy whose time has truly come. If you're ready to try it, start slowly. Monitor your progress and work with your doctor if you're on medications. With consistency, you may be surprised by what your body can do when given the right tools. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who's struggling with diabetes or weight gain, and don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed natural health tips every single week.